Okay, good morning, everyone. Can you hear us?
I definitely can, Amélie.
Okay, thank you, Laure. Nice. We will start in a few seconds, waiting for everybody to join. Hello, Ahmad. Hello, Stephanie. Thank you for your message. Nice to see you here. Good morning, Florian. Salut, Margot. Okay, I suggest that we start. So again, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for being with us today. I am Amélie and I am the mayor of Le Village Baissé à Luxembourg. For those who don't know us, Le Village Baissé has been launched by Crédit Agricole 6 years ago. And this is a place dedicated to innovation and collaboration. We count on our startup ecosystem to support Crédit Agricole and its partners in building their tomorrow's industries. So today I am very delighted to welcome Paul-Henri Chabrol, Head of Customer Success at Zelros. Very few words about Zelros and Paul-Henri. Zelros has been selected among the 20 French AI startups, and they've raised 4.5 million in 2018, and currently employs 50 people in Paris, Milano, Berlin, and Munich. Paul-Henri is a super strong insurtech specialist. He spent 10 years at AXA, starting as a business analyst and ending as an AI program director. So in the name of all of us, thank you very much, Paul-Henri, for being with us today and for sharing your experience with us today as well. Today we will have the chance to get to know where did Zelros come from and what is their growth path. And after a 20-minute pitch by Paul-Henri, we will have the opportunity to ask all our questions. You'll see on the right of your screen chat and Q&A where you can ask all your questions. Alain, Cidrac, that I will introduce in 2 minutes, and I will be moderating, and Paul-Henri will be answering your question. So please do not hesitate to ask all your questions in the question field on the right again of your screen. Should you want to ask your question in French, please do so. Paul-Henri is French. And to conclude, maybe, this is the first Village Baissé à Luxembourg session of talks. And it could not have happened without the precious support of our partner, Aurexia. Aurexia is a consulting firm specialized in the financial industry. The team is based in Paris, in Singapore, in London, and in Luxembourg. And we have the chance today to welcome Alain de Cidrac, head of Aurexia Luxembourg. So Alain, I will give you the floor. And again, thank you very much, Paul-Henri, for being with us today.
Thank you, Amélie. Good morning, everybody. So I am Alain de Cidrac. I am a partner at Aurexia, and I'm leading the Aurexia Luxembourg office. So internally at Aurexia, we have an organization called the Aurexia FinLab. That is actually a group of experts dedicated to the digital transformation of our clients. In this context, we have many partners, so innovative solutions mainly, and fintechs. And among these partners, Zelros, with who we lead many assignments. And so we in our path, our goal is to select and score and present to our clients successful innovative solutions that brings added value to our clients, and Zelros is one of these solutions. Thank you.
Okay, so my turn. Hello, everyone. Really pleased to be with you this morning. Thank you, Amélie and Alain, for giving us the opportunity. So a few words on myself and then on Zelros. So I joined Zelros a year ago. After 10 years at AXA and 3 years as a consultant at IBM Global Business Services, and my focus at Zelros is customer success. We'll detail a little bit what this is and why we believe it's important at this stage of our growth. But so what I wanted to do this morning is give you a glimpse of what we do at Zelros, what was our starting point, and where do we land today, and what's the opportunity for the future, and give you as well some view on say what we do and why we do things this way. So I'm gonna share my screen with a little presentation. Feel free to ask a question during the session, and we'll try to get them as we go. Alors, hop, hop là. Okay, you guys should see my screen now. Good stuff. So Zelros is a software company. So it was founded in 2016 by 3 serial entrepreneurs who worked for some of them at the same time at AXA in the data innovation lab team, and basically they shared at this time a common frustration, meaning that they saw that software and artificial intelligence technology are radically transforming big parts of the industries, in the entertainment, in the mobility, in the vacationing industry, in the leisure industry, with technology platform that use data and artificial intelligence at every stage of their value chain. Looking at Netflix, during this lockdown period, we all do extensive use of their platform, but they use data to spot talents, to design their show, to animate their community, to deliver the most personalized experience that you can have on their app, and all this is powered by very, very strong technology. All these industries, if you take the likes of Uber or Airbnb or even N26, are presenting themselves mainly as technology company. And really the conviction of the 3 co-founders of Zelros is to say that this move is happening right now in the financial service, and is happening as well in the insurance industry. And so the founding principle of Zelros and our inspiration is to say that to become relevant, to stay relevant, in fact, the leading insurer will be primarily technology companies that use data and artificial intelligence to deliver exceptional customer experience. Because today we all are Amazon customer, we all use the product, and we expect the same type of exceptional customer experience from our insurer. Our goal at Zelros is to help these players from the overall insurance industry to jump on that train and to start to compete in this race for this exceptional customer experience. So now the question is, how do we do that? So we are a software company, meaning that we provide tools for our clients to transform themselves. And so basically our contribution to the market is as follows. Is to say, over the past, say, 10 years, insurers and bank insurance have very strongly invested in the left part of their tooling on the system of record, we would call them, meaning customer portal, meaning operational system, CRMs, and so on and so forth, who are great, say, system of record, meaning storing and processing data, but in which there is, if I'm a bit provocative, little intelligence, meaning that basically it's stored and it stays here for consultation mainly. Some of the insurance industry has moved on the right-hand side of this slide by implementing some, say, data and artificial intelligence technology and backbone with very horizontal solution from Microsoft, from Dataiku, and so on and so forth. But usually, which is pretty siloed, meaning that the intelligence and the insights that are taken from this platform don't infuse where it matters the most for employees, for clients, and for partners. We at Zelros want to bridge this gap. So we have developed a bank and insurance artificial intelligence platform that is fed by the system of records, fed by potential system of intelligence that are set up to our customers, and on which we create very specific, very niche-focused intelligence and insights that are directly ingested and infused where it matters the most, meaning for customers, for employees, and potential partners. And so how does that work concretely? Is that we leverage, say, the landscape of data that our customers have, whether they're structured or unstructured. The structured meaning contract data, external type of data, claims, quotes, and so on, all the tabular type of data, I would say. And unstructured data, which has been our core focus over the past year, by analyzing voice, by doing automatic reading of documents, by doing semantic analysis on emails and so on. That all these data are ingested in our platform through a standard data model on which we apply our artificial intelligence engine, and that insights that we use for use cases that are put in the hand of employees, customers, or involved in process automation. Meaning, our conviction is that in fact, insurers will host and have thousands of algorithms of AI model running in parallel to automate their processes. And the reason why we are having this, let's say, this platform approach is that today our conviction on the insurance industry is that it's a very it's a process-driven type of these are very process and product-driven type of organization, relying very much on expert decisions and document management. And basically, we know that to automate this process and deliver this exceptional customer experience, they'll need to have many decision-making algorithms, expert decision-making algorithms, and we'll need to process automatically the pile of documents that regulation forces them to manage. So we solve this problem with our platform. And if I look one step deeper to give you a very clear view on what we do concretely, is that basically our platform is made of these 4 components. The most comprehensive gallery of APIs is dedicated for the insurance industry, from selling, meaning distributing products, to supporting claims. And to give you examples of APIs that we do, it's basically APIs to recommend products based on a customer profile, to detect churn, to detect, to recommend to the advisor the best selling points to tell to the customer while he's having it on the phone. On the operation side, on the second column here, what we do is really, supporting the automation of the processes. So for some of our customers, we automate fully their new business process, by analyzing all documents, by taking some expert decision on the acceptation of the risks or not, and so on. And on the claim, same thing. We support the automation of the process by identifying the complexity of a case. When you had an accident, how complex is this accident to handle for the insurer. And we solve very complex problem as well on a few specific business, such as identifying in case of accident who's responsible, who's liable for, what driver is liable for the insurer, and so on and so forth. And so we have developed many connectors so that third party can deliver and integrate our insights in their business processes. And all this rely on our artificial intelligence engine, leveraging state-of-the-art technology with a very strong focus around responsible AI, with making sure that any algorithm, any prediction that we do is fully explainable and ethic in a way, meaning that it doesn't have bias and very strong and bias toward data. And then we have a few very specific bricks to understand insurance language, to understand insurance discussion and documents. So that's overall our platform. Just wanted to do a very quick showcase of what it does concretely speaking. So that's a demo portal, and just to give you a glimpse of what it does. So here I'm gonna load, for example, an accident report that you see here on the right hand side. Handwritten with many checkboxes, with drawing schemes and so on. So we analyze that automatically, and we'll extract information and do, say, prediction to support the claim handler to use this document properly. So here you see the output of the document with some information extracted and a few elements. Oops, sorry, I missed. I was surprised by the quality of the extraction. The famous demo effect that I'm sure you are very aware of. So again, loading the information. So we have developed very specific, say, artificial intelligence element to read properly this type of documents. We'll manage to load at some point. There you go. So there you go. So you see all the information extracted: the name, the phone number. We check, read the checkboxes. We predict the responsibility, meaning who's liable to pay, in fact, for the accident and so on. So that's very high level what we do, and we have developed a very specific insurance engine to do so. So that's basically our product offer. So we build this platform over the year. And so to give you maybe a quick view on where we stand as a company today, Amélie mentioned a few figures. Just wanted to highlight a few of them. So we started in 2016. We did a first fundraising in 2018. We are now 50, 10 live customers for all the insurance industry, insurers, brokers, reinsurers, third-party administrators, and so on and so forth. Very strong partnership ecosystem. We, had at the beginning a lot of, participation into say, accelerator program and so on. We have been very proud of that, because we have been recognized this year as a global. We are part of the top 100 insurtech in the world, and we carry on our development over the year. So that's roughly, say, the company presentation. But this the presentation is so to give you to give you a good view on what we do. Now, basically, if we look a bit backwards on our, say, growth path from different angles. So what I put here are, say, the key our key milestones in our history. So first angle is to say, we were, founded in 2016 by three persons who created, say, a conversational artificial intelligence platform, mainly for financial service organization, but including finance function. We, at the beginning, were self-funded, totally self-funded. So we had, a few customers that were knocking at the door. We hired our first employees, signed our first partnership with the technology ecosystem mainly. At the end of 2018, beginning of the first, I would say, very intense growth wave for Zelros. First fundraising to verticalize our solutions on the insurance sector. And so that's really the core focus of 2019, which is deliver this verticalization on the insurance sector, as well as grow significantly the company, moving from 10 to 50 people. That's when I joined in, actually, along with Laure and a few other Zelrosians who are on this call, to start to grow the company, structure the company, set up some first level of middle management, and so on and so forth. Then in 2020 is a big year of acceleration for us. We signed our first, say, large deals with customer, large meaning a multi-year type of deals. Very strong, stronger partnerships as well with the ecosystem. And we start as well our European expansion and trying to say to land our say growth rockets in Italy and Germany. So two geographies open this year. And where does that lead us is clearly for 2021 to start our second, I would say, growth wave will take us, to infinity and beyond, hopefully. So that's for the corporate, our corporate story. Another angle on this story is what happened for our customers. Meaning, initially, we started as a say conversational AI platform, mainly engaging with innovation departments within companies, trying to multiply small use cases within many different companies. As part of the verticalization kicked in fact, we specialized on certain players, trying to engage more directly now with, say, business representatives, meaning head of sales, head of operations, head of IT, to start, growing to the next step. And today, they are our most, they are our counterpart. They are the people who are doing our technology. So we move clearly from, say, multiple small size initiatives to, say, bigger, maybe, let's say, less use cases, I would say, but a bigger one and more impactful from a business standpoint. So that's really the customer story, moving from, say, small, multiple use cases to a major impactful one, and that's clearly our, say, 2019, 2020 move from a customer standpoint. Second angle on that part is the partnership. Is the partnership part. So from the beginning, we were very involved in the say, artificial intelligence ecosystem, in the technology ecosystem, and so we struck a few partnerships. We clearly accelerated on the partnership element over the year and over the past year, I would say, because we set up our partner program, on which we are very happy to have Aurexia part of. And the goal of this partner program, it was to structure the way we interact with the ecosystem and the way we nurture this ecosystem. Structuring it with a specific things for, say, distribution partner with whom we are selling the technology, from service partner with whom we are deploying the technology, and solution partner, software companies, startups with whom we are building, say, next generation of solution for the industry. So we really, the more we develop, the more we invest in our, say, partnership ecosystem. And for example, our European expansion, as well, rely a lot on, say, distribution deals and partnership that we sign in our geographies. So that's, I would say, the second angle, and really the last part for us was really now to engage to the next step of growth, meaning position now ourselves as a true, say, enterprise software vendor, engaging with our customer and partner in very multi-year, long-term type of partnerships. To stay in the house, for quite some time on very high value and business focused type of use cases. So that's roughly my pitch around the corporate story, or customer story, and partner story. And maybe we can open it to a few questions around the domain. Alain and Amélie, maybe you have a few questions from the audience.
Yes. Thank you very much, Paul-Henri. Sorry, Alain. Would you like to start?
No, Amélie, go on.
We have a very interesting question from Ahmad. And actually, I had the same. I wrote the same on the paper. So Ahmad is asking you, Paul-Henri, he's telling you, thanks for the interesting talk. My first question is about your first customer. Based on my understanding, insurance industry might be a bit conservative and slow-moving. At which stage of product development have you approached your first customer?
That's a great question, which shows a lot of insights on the insurance industry. So thank you, Ahmad. And I'm particularly attached to this question, knowing from that I'm an insurance professional, having worked 10 years at AXA. So no, clearly, I mean, insurance industry is a very risk-adverse industry, clearly, because it's business fundamentally. So it doesn't mean that they are not investing a lot in that transformation. Clearly, the insurance industry has realized over the past, say, 5 years that it needs to transform to stay relevant. So they are investing in all areas of technology, from startup funding to solution delivery, even in house. We always had a discussion with the insurance industry, and from our side, we always, we were self-funded. So meaning self-funded, meaning we always relied on our customer, on the product we were selling to the customer. So we approach our first customer from the very beginning. In fact, the very beginning of Zelros is signing the first customer, in fact, which was not, I was not there at the company, but which was not an insurance customer at the time, as far as I remember. But we signed the first customer, and we approached the first customer on the very beginning of Zelros, in fact. That has been very strong for us, meaning that we rely, we nurture our customers. That it seems very naive and a bit evident to say, but clearly, we are obsessed with customer satisfaction and doing things that matter for the customer. So from the stage of our product development, the customer are at the very heart of it, and even from the very beginning, because many of our solutions today were driven from customer need, and some of them we even co-build them with customers.
So if I understood well, Paul-Henri, you have always been focused on selling from the first day, even if you had set up big tech partnership, and you have multiplied small use cases, as you said before, talking with the innovation director mostly, whatever the use case should be, and even whatever the customer should be. So not only insurance customer, and trying to see where there is the most appetence to your platform technology and the product you've developed.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, from a product side, we move from being a more horizontal type of capability to a very specific type of capability. And the story of Zelros is, in fact, from delivering many type of use cases to being very specific on solving complex insurance business. So we started by being open as many use cases as possible, and now we have a very strong and compelling product offer solving very specific product niche. However, as we are in constant race to deliver a more innovative solution that either our customers are doing or some of our competitors are doing, we still co-build and co-construct with our customers some new innovative solutions.
But how did you convince the investors in 2018 without big customers? And I mean, you had customers, you had small cases. Was it enough for them in an investor perspective? And regarding your traction, were they focused on your technology, or?
It seemed to have been enough. We completed the fundraising,
okay.
but just to on that, and clearly the first at the time of the first fundraising, we already had some. I would say for a player like us, some strong customer track record. We were involved with a few insurance players doing different things for them, but at least long lasting, meaning that it showed that our technology was not say one-off usage and without value. So we had the compelling say customer story to justify our our verticalization on the insurance business. So clearly, the investor gave the founders the mandate to grow in the insurance sector, leveraging their customer base and the product that was there at the time.
Okay, thank you. I see that we have 3 very concrete questions. So maybe I'll go with the other one from Ahmad, and then I'll ask the 2 Olga questions. I'm coming, Olga. The second one of Ahmad is, how was the procedure from first meeting to signing the contract?
So that's a great question, because it's actually changing with the company growth. It's always very hard to say. I know I won't like it seem again very obvious, but it's always hard to get customers. And there is no easy sell, especially in the insurance sector. It's very specific, very expert-driven type of function. But with the growth of the company, we see however a change. So we now basically that we have a stronger brand, at least on the French market, and some few other. We start to be now involved in a request for proposal, in a big RFP process that companies are issuing. So in a way, customers are coming to us, but it doesn't come by surprise. We still we invest a lot on developing business relationship at every level of every organization. So that's I would say evolve a bit more, meaning we have more incoming leads now that we grew. From the at the beginning, I think our first contracts were essentially driven from the network of the founders, meaning that they were involved in the industry for quite some years and engaged to have first discussion, and then the know-how and the technology promise convince people to sign with us. But now we have a very structured, I would say, sales funnel, adopting a SaaS software, from evangelization of the market to building impactful demo, to signing, and then once the signature is done, it's actually just the first step of the story, because we focus then on the adoption of the technology, on growing the impact, and then using this first use case we did for customers to expand to new use case and engage in longer partnerships. So we really use the first contract sign as in a new customer and a new logo as, let's say, a landing approach, and then we will expand with new use cases and upsell from these accounts.
Okay, thanks. So I understand that from the beginning, they mostly use their network, and probably the process of sales was between 8 to 12 months, I guess. Maybe
at the time we had, we had, let's say, we still have, but we had a low entry barrier type of product, meaning people could deliver quickly. But yes, the sales process, relying on network, it takes long. We from the beginning always relied on partners as well. You never, as a technology player, you can't run alone. So we relied on a partner. We were incubated at the Microsoft Artificial Intelligence Factory in Paris as well. We connected us with many parts of the ecosystem, and so allowed us to enter. Even Microsoft, opened us the door to in fact many customers. So we always invested in our partners as well.
Okay, interesting. So Olga is asking us, what is your percentage of direct sales via partner sales?
So our goal is to have a vast majority of partner sales, especially internationally, because the partners have in new geographies, I would say, partners have a network that takes a lot of time, and a brand image that takes a lot of time for players like us to create. So I would say internationally, I won't say 100% partner sales, but a vast majority, I would say. In historic markets, so in France, historic, as age of Zelros, I would say, but historic sales, for now it's quite shared, meaning that we won't say 50% direct, 50% partner, but yeah, almost, I would say.
Do you have sales team in place in the country where you were based?
We have so we have, of course, a sales team in France, and we have a marketing and sales team in Germany and Italy. So we have an account executive in Milan, in Berlin, in Munich, and as well some, let's say, brand development support.
Okay, so dealing with partner and going in direct as well, but
Yeah.
focusing on dealing with partner.
But yeah, we always do the two, meaning like you won't motivate partners to jump in if you don't have leads and contact with players. So we do a lot of direct engagement and contact locally, and as well we nurture and feed our partner network in countries.
Okay, thank you. And another question with Olga, which is quite linked to what we've discussed right now, is what are your main criteria when choosing international partners?
So for international, so what we look for international partners are their local presence, their compatibility. So we have just maybe on the partner program we have 3 types of partners: distribution partners, helping us to co-sell; service partners, helping us to deliver the solution in the countries; and solution partner to co-build innovative solutions with us. So for distribution partner, what the main criteria is basically their local presence and their access to, let's say, top executives and decision maker, and that's, I would say, the most important criteria, meaning that they basically they can act at the beginning of the country launch as door openers for executive committees and so on and so forth. And then the second criteria is the compatibility and the understanding of what we do, and on that we invest a lot in fact, training and certifying our partners. We have a certification program in place as well to onboard, train, and bring up to speed on what we do our partners. That allow us to allow them, in fact, to be more impactful in the way they present our technology. Yeah, so I would say that's 2 main criteria: is really local presence and impact, and understanding and capacity to deliver what the type of solution we do.
Very interesting. Thank you. Alain, maybe you want to.
Yes, maybe a question about your scaling process, because I think that a lot of entrepreneurs are interested by how you scale. Maybe an internal issue. You grew from 10 to 50 people in a year. So how do you manage this growth? How do you attract talent? Because I think that to develop a very innovative solution, you need experts, and Zelros was not very well known at that time. So how do you manage all these issues about recruitment?
Sure, but so yeah, I mean, clearly, recruitment for technology company like us, attracting the best talent we can is the cornerstone of what we do. And so basically, our strategy first to recruit talents was to in-house the recruitment, meaning we have Laura, who is our talent hunter, was internalized. So we invested in attracting the best possible person who could attract talent first. So we manage the onboarding, manage the scouting, manage the onboarding process. So that's the first thing. Then basically, our primary focus, was to by moving from 10 to 50, was to build the best possible product team that could deliver our ambition by attracting software engineers, data scientists, DevOps, product owners, and so on, and to build the most efficient client team. So for the R&D and product team, we are very involved in the data ecosystem in France and in Europe. We are founding members of some of the hub of the artificial intelligence hub in France, and we organized large scale, I think one of the biggest scale competition for data scientists. It was a great way, in fact, to build the brand and to attract the data talent. So it's named the Data Science Olympics. Last time we did it was before lockdown, and we attracted 1,000 of data scientists in Munich and Paris to host a data competition on societal issues. So a great way as well to position the brand and to attract talents. So that's for really the R&D part. So in a nutshell, recruit the best recruiter possible, and position your brand where technology addict and software engineers are in their ecosystem. Second part, on the client team. So we created a team with two legs, I would say. First, really business development, account executive, people who will live and sleep at their customer offices to find use cases and to position, to try to fetch, to hunt for business, and as well a solution, customer success team, which is in charge of a bit of the pre-sale engineering and in charge of as well making sure the technology is adopted and expand new use cases for the technology. And on that, we recruited business developers and I would say technical account specialists who can have a very solid business discussion with customers, as well as a technical, as well as being in charge of technical implementation of the solution. So these are more engineers type of people, and business developers who are coming from business schools. So on the business, on the account executive side, as there is a big technology evangelization to do, we recruited both strong business developers as well as former business consultants who understand technology, who can have a use case driven discussion with customers.
Alain, if I may, we have a question from Olga, which is going back to what you were saying. At what stage you handle account from biz dev to account management?
So yeah, very good question. So we try to have we set up for customer what we call a success team, so made of account executives, so business development, and customer success, which are in charge of adopting, making sure the technology is adopted and growing. We team up these two key people all along the account relationship, meaning that what's for sure is that all the larger partnership we signed with customers came from the fact that we had very good business discussions, on licenses, on renewal, on customer satisfaction, led by business development guys, along with an exceptional customer relationship on the field with our customers who were implementing the solution. So really try to keep as tight as possible these two expertise in the same team that is sold to customer. So in fact, to answer your question, Olga, in fact there is no real handover from business development to account management. We try to keep the same team involved all along the customer relationship, from the sales, pre-sales, and adoption and growing phase.
Okay. So in other words, you kind of split the team between the sales team between hunter and ongoing business.
So we have, let's say, hunters and farmers. If you look at this metaphor, so the hunters will be business development guys. The farmers will be customer success, I would say, meaning that they're first in charge of making success for with the technology for customers, and growing then the use cases. But these two work, work more than hand in hand. It's a team, the partner, they accompany the customer on the same meeting, and so on and so forth. It's really one joint success team that we deliver.
And you told us that you support your partner in order to make sure that they understand your product through learning. Do you do the same with your sales team? I guess so. And how do you make sure that they know how to sell as well? I'm asking you this question because I had the question from two entrepreneurs last week who were looking to a session in order to help their business developers to be a good seller.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very important question for technology companies, because there is you ask the business development guys to sell technology that is very complex and very hard to master. So what we do, and so first on the partner side, we do. Alain could talk a little bit about that as well. But we certify our partners. We have training programs. We onboard them on the both on the technology and on the methodology as well to deliver, to implement the solution. Vis-à-vis our sales guy, we do constant training. We do pitch rehearsal. We team them up with more technology experts as soon as any time they need, and that's where we create this duet of more technical account management and business account management, so that the account executive, the business development guy is never alone and never left, and never has question and answers from a technology from the technology standpoint. And so we do a constant training, constant connection with the R&D team and the success team.
Okay, thank you. Alain, I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, maybe another general question about the growth. With the growth, what change do you see in your company in terms of strategy, customer relationships, internal issues? What are the main changes between the beginning and now?
It's so clearly, and that's the part where I came in at the company. So in 2019 we grew from 10 to 50 people, so which has impacts both internally and vis-a-vis the customer. Internally, what we mean by that is that you don't structure a company the same way when you're 10 than 50. So basically, when we grew to 50, the co-founders recruited some first, I would say. Management function, such as which justify my arrival in a way. So to start, organizing, delegating some part of the operation. Same thing on the marketing side. Same thing on the product side. So we started to structure a little bit the company. What we work very hard on is on culture. Meaning we always have a very transparent and culture of transparency and responsibility at Zelros. What we work very hard on is to make sure that we keep this culture while the company grows. Meaning that it's not because you start to have a company structure that, of course, individual can be talents, are not free to do whatever they think is relevant and in the best interest of the company. So we try to keep this autonomy and responsibility framework as much as we can. So that's to your question, Alain, that's a challenge, meaning keeping the same scale and agility when you're 10 than when you're 50, and when you're 100, 200, 2,000, 10,000 as we wish to be at some point. So that I would say a key challenge, and a constant, in total transparency, a constant struggle, I would say, because you bring new people in, it's a constant mindset that we need to keep. From a customer standpoint, it has some challenges too, meaning that our growth was came with a very strong verticalization on the insurance business, meaning that in fact we had some customers who are not anymore in our verticalization. We always had customers. We had at the beginning of Zelros customers in the oil industry, in the energy industry, in the in different type of industries that were not insurance specific. So in fact, basically that's the other challenge, that we had to go back to our historic customer to say, well, here's our new direction. We can maintain the technology that you use for us, but be aware that it's not anymore our strategic focus. So of course you can still keep using it and be happy to do so, but we'll be much less innovative for you because you're not really anymore in our insurance verticalization. So that's a second challenge, meaning assuming your focus, your new focus, basically. And then vis-a-vis existing insurance customers as well, by growing, that's all beneficial for them in a way. Meaning we have more, we have stronger product, we have stronger technology, but the goal for us and the challenge for us is to constantly make sure that our customer benefit from are aware and benefit from all the things we do. And we do much more things now. We are 50 than we are 10. So we have adoption challenges now, meaning making sure that our customers are using and leveraging as much as as we can offer them as a technology company. And that doesn't, it requires involvement. It requires a lot of focus to make sure that they keep on benefiting what we do.
We have a question going back on what you were saying. How did you manage this team increase? Did you use HR advisor?
So on that we recruited actually Laura, so who's our head of HR now, but it was recruited as a talent. I would say a talent hunter. So basically, we from the beginning we hired a talent acquisition specialist. And that's doing so. We didn't use consultancy or third-party services to hire. She was in charge of recruiting. These 40 new people that came in. So we are very fortunate at Zelros because we have very low turnover. So meaning people stay at Zelros. But still, we recruited a talent acquisition specialist which was 100% focus, 150% focus on getting the best people. But integration. Okay, get it. Okay, so now, yeah. The next question was now that we got these 40 people in, how do you onboard them and make sure that they stay? And that they have the best experience that they can, and that they can deliver their full potential for Zelros. We are very strongly on the integration process. So we every new joiner goes through an integration path. So he or she is being assigned a buddy. So the guy will be at his side to show him what we do, the way we do things at Zelros, what's our culture, what the way we engage, what's our product, and so on. So we have now middle management as well, and we do very regular, interviews, feedback sessions to make sure that what they do is in line with what they expected, and what they do is in line with what we expected. So make sure that their integration is fully mastered. So we follow, let's say, 3 months integration process for each new employees, which seem to have worked okay. Again, we have very little employees who are leaving us. So we are very, very fortunate with that.
Thank you, Paul-Henri. If we go back a little bit earlier in the process and in the development of Zelros, there is a question from George who is asking, how do you manage to switch from the R&D departments to the sales department? So I guess from the innovation director that you were in contact to the sales department.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very tricky question to answer. I would say the way we try to do on that, it's a very strong challenge, George, that you're mentioning.
And he's specifying that sometimes the R&D team is even not blocking, but making sure that you don't go too fast to the sales team.
Yeah, I mean, but so
slowing the process.
I see. So really, our focus at Zelros is customer obsession, and our North Star. The reason we do what we do is to serve and delight our customers. So basically, there is no vision that the R&D team has different to what the sales or the customer success or the marketing team has. What guides what we do is the customers. So meaning that the way we always align our team is basically solving customer pain points, making sure that they are delighted, make sure that they understand what we do and benefit from the technology. So it seems very naive, but it's very powerful. Meaning that we delight our customers. That's the way we align our team. Then from a history standpoint, Zelros was initially it's a bottom-up founded, meaning delivering things that relying on a strong technology platform, but opening the use case for technology. Now over since 2-3 years, we have a very strong product view that so far seems in line with a key customer problem to solve. So in fact, it's from an internal organization department part, we don't have the disalignment, as far as I see, disalignment between product and sales and sales team, because we try to be a very customer focused. I don't know if that answers your question, maybe, because there is maybe a second part of it, which is the perception from the customers, and on our customer, we sell to business representative as well to IT department, and on that case, we try to have a compelling offer for both, meaning solving business challenge while helping internal IT teams to stay on top and make sure that they master the value.
So you make sure your first point of contact is always very happy with your solution, and then you don't see that they slow the process in order to put you in contact with other, or do you do that by yourself? I guess it depends on the company you are working with.
No, it clearly depends on the company we're working with. I think so. The way, you maybe know this saying, but in business development, more you say more contact, more contracts, right? So meaning that our goal is to have as many contact with to be as intimate as possible with our customers' organization at every stage, every level, from executive to managers to operation guy, because that's just it's because your customer's problem that you are able to solve them. So yeah, so now we were trying to make as many contacts as possible, and what's clear is that every part of the organization needs to see the value they take from our solutions, and both from a business standpoint and from a technology standpoint. And that's quite key if we want to stay in the house, I would say.
Okay. Maybe I'm seeing that we have 2 minutes left. One last question. You have lots of thank you. You will see I have to go. Many thanks. Thanks a lot. Thank you. What is the next phase of growth for Zelros?
Excellent. So it's we would say infinity and beyond. No, meaning that our next focus clearly is to grow internationally. Clearly, we start to have never enough, but some presence in France. We need to develop in our 2 new geographies in Germany and Italy, and prepare for the next phase, which is our big ambition is to jump the Atlantic Sea, and to start developing the company in North America. So that would be the next focus for the next 2 years. And to do so, we'll have to go to a new round of fundraising, and grow the company from 50 to 100, 200, and so on and so forth. So our really next growth phase is on international expansion.
Okay. Alain, do you have something to?
No, I think it was a good question to conclude the session. So, yeah.
Okay.
We'll help you to grow also in Luxembourg and in Benelux.
I count on you, Alain. Don't let me down. On you too, Amélie, by the way.
Maybe you can count on us. Maybe to conclude, we wish you a lot of success, Zelros, and to you too as well, Paul-Henri. Thank you very much for your insight. You can see maybe on the right you have some other thank you coming from Florian, which is a business developer, Ahmad, which is an entrepreneur in the first step of looking for the first client and first customer. So I think that was very interesting, and that might have helped them. Thank you very much for sharing your experience with us. And for those who are still with us, we will have other webinar session in the coming weeks organized by Le Village by CA. So do not hesitate to follow our LinkedIn account, Le Village by CA Luxembourg. For example, we will have one next Monday about how to use data collected by the company to define the price of a product or of a service. So make sure you define the good price. They will have another one the week after about how to convince, how to get to know business angels. So make sure you follow our LinkedIn account, and you will be aware of the next webinar. Again, thank you very much, Paul-Henri. Thank you very much, Zelros. Thank you very much, Laure, and the team for helping us to set up this webinar. Thank you very much, Alain, of course, for the introduction with Zelros. And I wish you all a very good day.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.